Hey guys, Cindy Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I wanted to welcome Katie from Engage Travel Co. Katie, how are you today?
I'm great. Hi, Cindy. I'm glad to be here chatting with you.
I'm so excited. You are a recent graduate of Careers on Vacation. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I was so happy to be part of this program. I was beyond ecstatic when I graduated and had quite a banner week the week that I did finish the program. So, all kinds of celebrating.
I love it. I love it. So, on these spotlights that we do, on these case studies, I love to always ask, where was your business before doing Careers on Vacation and where is your business now?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I come from the nonprofit world and I have a consulting business. I lead various nonprofit programs. I do events and meetings and STEM outreach. And I had been wanting for so long to take some of my travel passions and my skills and put all that together. So what I was able to do by joining Careers on Vacation was to add this entire side of travel to my business. And it's been beyond exciting to put all of this together and all of my passions and all of my skills in one place.
I love it. You had the best questions of the mastermind because sometimes we have people that own other companies or they're doing other things and it's like how like figuring that out in your brain how things can kind of correlate and be sister companies and work together and support each other in growth. That was I got
Yep.
to answer some of those next level questions for you. So that was really cool, I think, and seeing the evolution process of your brands come together by the end of the mastermind, that was super exciting. What do you
It
feel like
was
has been your
very helpful.
biggest what's that?
It was very helpful. I mean, the whole thing is being able to ask those questions and get the answers and, take a look at where I was headed strategically.
Mhm.
It was fantastic.
I love it. What do you feel like has been your biggest win or celebration since taking the program?
Well, funny you should ask. The week I graduated, I had booked 8 trips
Eight
within the
trips! Oh my
span of about
gosh!
a week and a half.
That is
So,
not what a graduation present to book 8 trips by the time you're graduating.
right.
Yay!
Right.
That's so
So I would say
exciting.
that's huge because I had the structural pieces enough together to be able to tell people in my network that I was open for business, and they were like, "I
Mhm.
want to go to Disney. I want to go to Universal. Will you please help me?" And I was like, "Why, yes, I will."
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, we always say Careers on Vacation is an earning while learning program. Like if you're ready to move fast, so are we. It's about getting that structure and that training and that confidence, and then you hit that button and then you turn your marketing engine on and it's like, whoa, and then the sales start coming and it feels so good. I'm so excited for you. That's amazing. I know
Absolutely.
how hard you worked in the mastermind to sort of have 8 bookings. It's like, oh, well, I paid for Careers on Vacation and I'm already on to now I know how to do this the rest of my life, right?
Yes, yes. It's just the only word I can come up with is exciting. Like I'm so excited to be doing this.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm thrilled. So one of the pieces of our program we like to talk about because we feel like it's really a unique part of what we do in the industry. We have a big mindset emphasis focus. When I say mindset, it's really training you how to think like a strategic leader, training you how to act with intention, training you how to have a strategy about what you're doing. And to be able to make that big shift from whatever you were doing before to get into this place that you can do those things, right? From a mental standpoint. How did the
Yep.
mindset work impact you in either your life or business as you went through the program?
So I will tell you, Cindy, that when I was looking at the program and deciding if I was going to take it, I wanted to learn some of the nuts and bolts of getting into the travel industry. And also the mindset piece was a big piece of why I decided to do it. Because, it wasn't my first experience trying to start a business. And you learn very quickly that sometimes things don't go the way you plan. And you find out quickly what are those things that are going to stop you from progressing, and you've got to learn those patterns of, okay, how do I address this and how do I keep going? And the mindset coaching calls were unbelievably valuable. Just truly, it really helps you to stop and take a look at, okay, how am I getting in my own way of success and how can I address that and keep going? And there's a whole group of people doing it right alongside you. And everybody's got something that comes up that they're like, okay, maybe this is stopping my success. How can I be more intentional about, what that is and keep going?
I love that. Yeah, and I love what you brought up about being like you this wasn't your first rodeo, right? Like and I always say like people if you look at like kind of who signs up for our program, people who've owned businesses before, they sign up like that because if you've ever built something on your own, it's the stuff you don't know that gets you in the most trouble, right? You're like,
Yep.
just give me the roadmap. How do I do this? I don't want to recreate and redo and go through learning curves. And it's just like an easier, easier flow because I know for me, like I come from, Midwest and, penny pinching. We did not grow up with a ton of money. So to spend money on anything, it was kind of like, oh my gosh. But there was a switch that happened in my progression as an entrepreneur where I really realized that working with that right person, that right coach, that right program, if I could just get past that hurdle in my business, it would thrive so much faster. So I love that you brought that up because I think that that's a really key point. But then to be able to be in the mindset space and go, okay, how do I challenge myself again? Because every time you do something new or something big, it feels like a lot, like, right? So the difference
Yep.
between those who kind of like quit or give up or get frustrated or just throw their hands up and having the tough day, but having those tools in the toolbox are like, oh, that lady struggled with that 2 weeks ago. Remember what I learned on my mindset call? Let me try to put that tactic in place to kind of shift and stay focused and move forward with intention. So I
Yeah,
love that.
exactly. It teaches you about the long game. You don't go out and run a marathon without training first.
100%. I love that. Katie, walk me back to when you found us out in the world. There's so much information out there, like different ways to become a travel agent, different ways to start a travel business. What was the process of you finding us and deciding to make that commitment? Was there anything you had to overcome, or what was that process like for you personally?
Sure. So, I've been thinking about how I could have travel as part of my professional career for a long time. I'm very passionate about it. I feel very strongly about encouraging people to travel no matter what your situation is in life, whether you're traveling because it's great or you're traveling because there's some grief process you're going through. And I wasn't sure, though, how to put together the pieces of making the transition because it can be complicated and hard to just figure out what is the right spot for me. You obviously want to make sure you don't end up in any sort of like an MLM type situation. And so obviously I found your YouTube videos, watched them for a while, considered it, then took a little bit further look into it. And I must say I was very, very, very impressed with your team when I did the like intro call. Every single one of my questions were answered, and they were answered well and professionally. And I could tell that this was a very well structured mentoring program. And I'm pretty sure I signed up on the spot.
I love it. Yeah,
I was
you were
like,
a
done.
prior
Yes,
business
this is
owner.
what I'm looking
You're
for.
like, just give me the roadmap, lady. Tell
Yep.
me what I need to
Yep.
do. Let's get started. Yeah,
But
I
I
love
had a specific list of things I was looking for. I wanted to know, was I going to learn about the details of how to get up and running and travel?
it.
What are the marketing components people do? And what are some of those kind of hurdles that we have to work on to get to success? And every single one of those questions was answered as I was considering your program.
I love it. Yeah, and you got to trust your gut at the end of the day. I always tell people,
Yep.
vet me and my team just like you would vet anyone else. Like you should do that as a savvy, smart business owner, right? So I'm glad that you did. What now that you've been through the program, hindsight's always 2020. What would you tell that person that they know they need us, but they're on the fence about getting started with Cruise on Vacation? What would you say to that person?
Well, I cannot recommend the program enough. And I think the thing I would say is take a hard look at, is this something that you want to do with your life professionally? And if so, this is a mentoring program that really helps you get launched. And it does it in a reasonable time frame. And I think that's really key too, is some people get scared of like, oh, what's the commitment like, even time or financially? And this roadmap is really, really valuable. And if that's a fit with what your goals are, jump in.
I love it. Anything you'd like to say to me or the team in closing?
Well, thank you. The biggest thing, thank you. I really enjoyed working with everybody on the team. I had wonderful experience with everybody and was very grateful for the coaching support as well as the items in the Facebook group. You could ask a
Mm.
question, somebody would get back to you, whether it was very specific or something more general. I thought that the people involved were very, very knowledgeable in their areas of expertise, and that's very valuable.
I love it. Well, Katie, it has been a pleasure having you in the mastermind. Guys, if you are sitting out there like Katie was just about 12 weeks ago before she had her travel business, I want to encourage you to go visit us at careersonvacation.com and learn a little bit more about our mastermind program and exact program that Katie just went through. Not only are you going to get our online membership portal, our online site where all of your materials are nicely organized for you, they're available on demand, but the real secret sauce of our program is you get to work with real people. This is our team, a few members of our team. I need to update this. We have like a lot more. And go watch some more case studies over on YouTube. We have over 150 case studies now. And if you're ready to apply, go over to careersonvacation.com/ready now and have that same discovery call that Katie went through. And let's learn a little bit about your goals. If it's a match to work together, we'll talk to you about how to apply for the Careers on Vacation program. And with that, Katie, I cannot believe we have another graduate. So you're not going too far. You're going over to our grad community. So we're going to be staying in touch.
Absolutely.
For sure. But kudos on all your success. I'm your cheerleader for life. And thank you for being on the show today. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Cyndi.
It's my pleasure. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
She's calling me, like the rainbow. She's calling me, like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
She's calling me.